A psychologist had two twin boys. One was an optimist, the other a pessimist. On their birthday, just to see the results, he loaded the pessimist room with toys and games. In the optimist room, he dumped a pile of manure.
I smell a smelly smell.
Soon the father found the pessimist surrounded by his gifts, crying. "What's wrong?" the father asked. The pessimist sobbed. "I have all these game manuals to read. I need batteries. My toys will get broken." In the optimist room, the father found his other son dancing for joy around a pile of manure. "Woohoo! Why are you so happy?" he asked. The optimist shouted, "There's got to be a pony in here somewhere." Well, I doubt this is a true story, but the truth is, pessimism is on the rise, and it stinks. A recent study claims that the endless stream of negativity on TV, radio, and our phones is leading to a negative view of the future, and for many, a mental health crisis. One researcher called this the pessimistic generation. He says this: a lack of trust in government, a soaring deficit, polarization, and inflation have all combined to put us in a bleaker mood than ever before. I find very little cause for optimism, end of quote. Well, how is your despair meter?
I'm so tired.
Years ago, Lutheran writer Richard John Neuhaus was being driven from an airport to a speaking engagement. His host just persisted in decrying the disintegration of Christian values. Neuhaus finally turned to his host and said, "The times may be bad, but they are the only times we are given. Remember, hope is still a Christian virtue, and despair is a mortal sin." During World War II, a major fighting in Normandy said he had to conquer the manic, depressive atmosphere of war, or he would be destroyed by it. "I have seen soldiers advance under many conditions," he said, "but I have never seen them follow gloom in any direction but retreat." Are you agonizing or advancing? I know pessimism can be enticing, and optimism seems an impossible prospect these days. Unless we remember my favorite four-letter word, hope. A hope that says, "Fear not, the future is as bright as God's promises." As others stare down the barrel of despair, opportunities abound to encourage, to comfort, to cheer, to shine as lights, to bring hope to others. Yesterday, a couple told me we're not having kids. Have you watched the news? But when was a great time to have children? When was that? The Middle Ages? World War II? Fortune tellers in every era have been 93% wrong, maybe more. A Michigan banker once advised Henry Ford's lawyer not to invest in that new car company called Ford. "The horse is here to stay," he said, "but the automobile is only a novelty." In 1899, Charles Duell pronounced, "Everything that can be invented has been invented." Actor Gary Cooper once said, "Gone with the Wind is going to be the biggest flop in Hollywood history. I'm just glad it'll be Clark Gable who's falling flat on his face and not me." Reminds me of the Chinese proverb, "Man who saith cannot be done should not interrupt man doing it." As people of faith, we are called to hope, not in a car company, but in who God is. A sovereign king who loves us, will never leave us, will one day bring us home. Christians who despair forget that God changes lives. He's done it before and he's not finished. The next Billy Graham may be drunk in a ditch somewhere. God changes lives. Someone said to me, "I'm just a nobody telling everybody about somebody who can change anybody." In Scripture, those who God used to impact their world were hardly the sort we would have chosen. Proud, sinful, cantankerous people. Their motives and methods left much to be desired, yet God used them. He can use us too. And that's good news indeed, don't you think? Maybe you say, it's not my fault I'm such a pessimist. My blood type is B negative. Well, let's be positive. Hang on to hope and make somebody's day today. Oh, and remember, the optimist is often as wrong as the pessimist, but he's far happier. Oh, all right, guys, where's the pony?